Alright y'all, so November is over and I already am on top of my results for the top 3 bikes of November 2025 on sugarcayne.com. That's right, these are the bikes that were submitted by the users on sugarcayne.com, and you guys came there and rated the bikes, and the bike with the highest rating became the number 1 bike. So which one of these 3 bikes is the number 1 bike? We're gonna find that out today on Bike of the Month, November 2025. All right, so starting with bike number 3, and that bike is 1994 Bully Hot Rod, sent in by Andrew Cohen. That's right, Andrew Cohen sent in a whole bunch of fresh bikes this year, and this is one of them. And this bike was actually in the number 1 spot for a while, but then it got pushed down by the other 2 bikes that we're going to get into in a second. It's a nice 1994 Bully Hot Rod with the snake seat post. What? I used to love the snake seat post. All blacks, got the yellow decals on it. A solid sprocket right there. We're gonna get into that later when we get into the parts, but yeah, Andrew said that in 1995 he bought an orange Bully Hot Rod off a guy at a skate park. He had put more money into this bike than he did when it came time to buy his first car. He went on to say that his bike got stolen right out of his yard at his mom's house, and that was the last time he rode for 25 years, give or take a few years. Daggone. It wasn't until a few years ago that his son picked up a Strider and got into racing that got him back into riding competitively as well. He always wanted to find his orange hot rod but never came across one. Then one day this black one showed up. It was pretty rough, but he knew with some TLC he could make it rideable. Yeah, so check out the rest of Andrew's story about this bike build on sugarcayne.com. And now that we know about the inspiration for this build, let's check out those parts, son. So once again, this is a 1994 Bully Hot Rod Pro XL. You got the 1-inch non-threaded Bully forks. You got the chrome Bully nude bars with that cool shape right there. Also rocking the Snafu lock-on grips, which are really fresh. He's got the classic Diacomp A headset on there. And he also has a Snafu 1-inch stem on there. Diacomp direct pull 7 brake lever. He's also rocking the Diacomp Magic 990 brakes. These are kind of fire. I always liked 990 brakes, man. That was like the brakes to have back in the day. They're nice, out of your way, don't get caught in your ankles, none of that. These were real fresh. He's got a railed Bully seat. He's got that Chromo Snake Post seat post right here, 7/8 size. He's got the Primo seat post clamp, Sun Ringlade 36-hole hubs, American Primo bottom bracket, 180mm Primo Power Bite 3-piece cranks. It's got the Primo Super Tenderizer pedals. These things right here are classic, man. I used to have a set of these. Used to love these pedals. 45 tooth Primo cleaver sprocket, solid sprocket with the Primo branding engraved in there. Looking real fresh. Let's get a little close up on that. Let's close up on that bad boy. Get a little better look at that. Yeah, you can see the cranks right here a little better. You also have the KMC chain right here. Here's a shot of the rear Sun Ringlade hub. It's a flip-flop hub, so you can put a 16 and better, or 14 or 15 on this side. This is a 16 tooth excess free wheel. Not sure what kind of chain tensioners he has on that bike, but he does have chain tensioners on there. And these are Sun Ringlade Big Baller rims right here. So this is basically a Sun Ringlade wheel set. So you have the Sun Ringlade hubs with the Big Baller rims and spokes, so it's a nice little wheel set you got going on there. He's also rocking some Primo tires. It says The Wall, so I guess this is Primo The Wall tire. Rocking 20 by 2.10 tires on there, and that's about it. That's about it for this bike right here. Nice mid-school BMX build by Andrew Cohen right here. This is the Bully, the 1994 Bully Hot Rod, and the ratings on this bad boy, he got a total color score of 8.75, originality 9.04, parts 8.75, overall style 8.97, giving it an overall rating score of 8.88. 6 people came and gave his bike a rating, and the last person who rated his bike was Rhonda. She gave it a 9.55, and also Darla gave this a 10 across the board. Come out a little bit further, you can see you have the reactions. People gave reactions. 3 people said they love it. 1 person said it was dope. Also got 13 people gave this bike a like. And make sure you come back and give this bike a like and give it a rating, because we do have an end of the year competition for the bike of the year and also for the most liked bike. Whoever has the most likes will get a medal at the end of the year, so definitely get those likes coming in. And we also have a bunch of comments, 7 comments about the bike right here. Andrew Cohen, of course, left a comment. He is a member of the site and also the points leader, the member point leader on sugarcane.com. So if you guys want to get involved, you got a month left to try and catch up to Andrew Cohen's points, because he is the points leader as a member of sugarcane.com, and that's based off of his interactions with the site, leaving comments, likes, and all different reactions and stuff that you can do on the site. You accumulate points and you wind up moving up the leaderboard on the website. So yeah, so Andrew has some things to say in the comments, so come back and check that out. And that's pretty much it with this bike right here. Big shout out to Andrew Cohen for getting a 3rd place. Alright y'all, so let's go into bike number 2 on the list, and that bike is a 2025 Meybo HSX OS20 BMX race bike. That's right, this is a OS20 Meybo HSX carbon BMX beauty. This bike was submitted by Ryan Weiss and is actually Andy Bogart's bike. It's a beautiful bike, stunning looking bike right here, man. Meybos are just an awesome bike, and a lot of people on Meybos, a lot of pros, international. It's just a really sick bike, and I love the color scheme on this bike. I like the gold with the black. You got purple mixed up in there, and it just looks real fresh. So Ryan Weiss is the guy who built up this bike, but Andy Bogart is the owner of this bike. He gets on his bike and races on it and gets busy. So Ryan said that he built up this bike for his first gear fast team rider, Andy Bogart. Andy, in his late 50s, wanted to continue to push his racing abilities and go faster. He requested a unique build that would aid his goals, help his bike control with his height, and lastly, have the bike be 2 of his favorite colors, purple and gold. So that's the inspiration for this build, and now that we know about the inspiration for this build, let's check out those parts, son! Alright, so once again, this is a 2025 Meybo HSX Carbon OS20 Triple XL, which means the top tube on this bike is really long. He's got the custom carbon E6 silencer rims with the gold and purple colorway going on here, the OS20 size wheels, looking real fresh. He also has the custom Onyx Ultra SS hubs, 20mm helix in the front, candy apple purple with the gold accents. Well, these hubs are looking fresh. Let's get to a better picture of the hubs. We should have some in here. So here's the front hub. This is a 20mm helix hub. That looks a little blurry. You gotta get a better picture than that. Come on now. Come on, do we have better? Ooh, we don't have a better picture of that, son. So here's another shot of the helix hub right there, 20mm through axle on that bad boy for some smoothness and some speed. And then in the rear you can see the other Onyx hub looking real fresh back there. Love the color coordination on that. Nice little mix of colors on this bike. He's rocking the Tioga OS20 Power Block tires. He's rocking the Magura MT brake lever along with the Magura MT flat mount disc brake with the purple ring in the caliper. He also has a decimal gear in the front, so he has an identify front decimal gear chain ring right here. So it's not a solid 47 or 45, 42, 44, whatever. It's like 44.3 or something like that. He didn't give me the exact decimal tooth number, but yeah, it's those in between numbers between the solid numbers. The decimal gear in BMX was pioneered by George Costa of Running Design Group. So he was the first dude in BMX to manufacture chain rings and sprockets in decimal gearing. Fun fact. Also sporting a Kruppy half-link chain in black. And as you can see, you have a chain tensioner here because there's only one position that this rear wheel can go in. You got the through axle going on here, and it's only in one position, so you kind of set it and forget it. And as you change your gears, you can adjust your chain tensioner to tension out your chain, so that way it can be nice and tight for when you're racing around. So it's a pretty cool feature that you can find on these Meybo frames. There's other frames that do it, but Meybo definitely was one of the first to really rock out with this type of setup, and it's been working. And once again, this is a carbon frame. This is their flagship model, so this bike right here is top-notch BMX racing material right here. Another cool feature are the avian credence cranks. He's got the avian credence cranks on here. These are 180mm avian credence cranks. He's got the box 1 carbon seat and seat post combo representing right here. In the headset department, he has an 11 headset with the carbon answer spacers on there in purple for that color coordination. He also has the S&M race light stem and the trans gold S&M bars. Purple ODI grips to go with the purple on the bike, so you got a lot of purple action going on there in different places. And to wrap things up with this bike, he's rocking the Kingdom OS20 tapered carbon forks. You got carbon forks, carbon rims, carbon frame. What? Crazy. Aluminum cranks. You got the chromoly bars, and I believe this is a chromoly stem. So this bike is ready to go to race, to get busy. These are some top-notch parts on this bike, and my man spent a pretty penny to get this one put together. So let's go down and see what the ratings are on this bad boy right here. We got total color score 8.64, originality 9.02, parts a 9, overall style 9.06, giving us an overall rating score of an 8.93. 27 people gave this bike a rating, with the most recent rating was a 10 out of 10. And Andy gave it 10s across the board. 29 people said they love it. You got 6 people who said it was dope, and 1 person over here was a hater, said it was whack. There's no way that this bike is whack. I don't care what you think, this bike is fire. Glass Rogers said great build, and a dude in the silver decade like me, meaning that he's in his late 50s, about to head to 60 years old, still racing BMX. That's what's up. So for all the folks out there who still like to be active in their later age, definitely pick up a BMX bike and have some fun out there. And Jason Warden gave it some love, and Brian Compton, yeah man, this bike got a lot of little love. Roy Washington Jr. gave it some love, and yeah man, so this bike was real popular, real fresh bike. But the total rating score wasn't enough to beat the next bike that's on the list, and that bike is 2025 Meybo Superclass Expert XL BMX racing bike. That's right. This one right here is another Meybo. We got 2 Meybos, first and second place. And this one is an Expert XL sent in by LJ Brewington. LJ Brewington down there in Atlanta, getting busy on the bike. He's relatively new to BMX racing and has been loving the sport. And he's been racing every weekend, just getting busy on the track and improving his skills. And he got this new 2025 Meybo Superclass Expert XL and submitted it to the site. Lots of people were really digging his build, and of course, you know, he got support from family and friends and stuff like that. So let's go down and see what he had to say about the bike right here. He says, my nickname is LJ the Predator. His IG account is USABMX_Lindbergh John Brewington, so you can catch him on Instagram and see his results from his racing. And he's a 9-year-old intermediate BMX rider, 2024 and 2025 State of Georgia number 2 plate. So he's State of Georgia number 2 in the 9-year-old intermediate class. He started riding balance bikes at 2.5 years old, but started running competitively for USA BMX at 7 years old. The inspiration for his build is his father and I are fans of several Olympic BMX riders who utilize the Meybo BMX bicycle. He said, I love my Meybo BMX bike color, orange, black, and silver combinations, and the graphic rim stickers on his rims that match the color of his bike. He recently received the news that he was qualified to participate in the 2025 Race of Champions at the USA BMX Grand Nationals. So big shout out to LJ Brewington for submitting this bike right here. And now that we know about the inspiration for this build, let's check out those parts, son! Yeah! Alright y'all, so the frame once again is a Meybo Superclass Expert XL. It's alloy 6061 hydroform tubes, all that good stuff in there. You got the SD V2 Expert 1 1/8 carbon forks. The headset is a fully integrated 1 1/8 FSA Orbit sealed headset. Handlebars are the SD Alloy Expert XL bars. It's got the AME Pro lock-on grips. Also rocking those HT AE12 platform pedals in black. These joints are fire. I'm liking these. Look at those pins right there. Your feet are not going to be coming off of that joint. That's for sure. This is a SD wheel set on here with the custom graphics done by JM Graphics, looking real fresh. It's got a Shimano MT501 hydraulic brake lever. The brake caliper is a hydraulic Shimano MT501 as well. The front hub is a 36H SD base, and the rear hub is a SD sealed cassette disc hub. These are 1 3/8 rims right here. This is for the expert, junior, and mini size 20-inch bikes, which are actually basically more or less OS 20 size. He's rolling on Tioga Power Block tires. He has a PC Combo black mini seat. He has a SD seat post clamp. He's got 160mm SD cranks. He's got a sealed outboard SD hollow 24mm Euro bottom bracket, a SD 42 tooth chain ring. He's got a 17 tooth cog, KMC chain, and he also has Meybo integrated chain tensioners. That's what's up. This bike is nice, real fresh, got some nice parts on there. So the ratings he got on this bike: color is a 9.14, originality 8.94, parts 8.98, overall style 9.17, giving it an overall rating score of a 9.06. 15 people gave this bike a rating, and Wally gave it 10s across the board, and Lauren B gave it 9.19. So those are the latest ratings on the bike. We have a whole bunch more here, and we got 17 love it's, we got 19 dopes, and we have one that's a LOL, so somebody was laughing at it. 21 likes on this bike right here, so he got some high like marks on this bad boy, and got a bunch of comments as well. So LJ himself left a comment on here giving me some thanks and representing for USA BMX and stuff like that. And also Lindbergh Nim Brewington, aka Bronx Style Nim, gave me a shout out on the website. We also got Glass Rogers, Roy Washington Jr., Andrew Cohen leaving comments on this bike as well. So let me know what you guys think about the bikes that were featured this month. We had a really good month of bikes being featured on the site. Let me know which bike you think should have got first place if you don't agree with the first place bike. And also, if you have some fresh bikes, some fresh BMX bikes or dirt jumpers sitting around looking real nice, you should submit them to sugarcayne.com so we can feature them on the site and possibly get featured on this YouTube series that we got going on here. So definitely do that. Alright, so before I get out of here, let me show you the rest of the bikes that were featured on Bike of the Day in November, because we had some treats. We had some real treats on the list. So right now you see the Meybos first, we got the Meybo in second, we got the Bully in third, but we had this really nice Daylight 2023 Daylight. We have the AOT 2024 Elevate Pro. Also had this really nice 2025 Supercross SX 450. I believe this was a OS 20 as well. Triple XL. Then another Supercross 2025 Supercross RSX. And then we had a 2024 Chase RSP 5.0. And we also had a really cool 2023 Mongoose Fireball. That's right, it was a dirt jumper that was converted into a BMX cruiser. So let me know if you want to see me do some of these bikes as individual episodes for Bike of the Day, because I'm going to get back into doing Bike of the Day. It may not be daily, but where I just do like a single bike spotlight throughout the month. Before we even get to Bike of the Month, I might start doing some Bike of the Day episodes so you can see which bikes are getting posted on the site. And there's plenty of bikes that I have not even featured on YouTube that are really fire from previous Bike of the Days and stuff like that. So let me know if you want to see more of this, because I like doing these. I like putting these together and showcasing these bikes and stuff like that. But I definitely want to know if you want to see that, because sometimes you think you're doing something that's cool or something that you like, but the rest of the world is like, nah, we ain't feeling that. So let me know if this is something you want to see more of on this channel, these Bike of the Day, Bike of the Month reviews. And of course, we're going to have Bike of the Year coming up. There's a month left for Bike of the Year, so definitely get your ratings in if you haven't rated. Or also, if you want to still get a bike submitted to try and compete or just to showcase your bike, definitely do that. Come back to sugarcayne.com. That's where it all goes down, sugarcayne.com, and submit your bike to the site so we can get it popping, all right? Enough looking at bikes, enough talking about bikes, and enough rating bikes. I need y'all to go out and ride your bikes. It's Crazy Out Kane, sugarcayne.com. Bike of the Month, November 2025. And I'm out. Back to you, Billy.